you don't have to bend your wrist up and down. What you do is you hit with your biggest knuckle and the third biggest knuckle, yani ki ring finger knuckle. So you don't have to bend because these two metacarpals are already being supported by the radial bone and the ulnar bone. So see this, these two knuckles line goes towards the big bones. Big bones are behind these two knuckles. So you don't have to bend it downward or upward. No use of it. Again, from this hand, don't bend up and down while hitting with the middle two knuckles because your radial and ulnar bone is already behind these two knuckles. If you can see that. You throw the punch with your body and it's like a stick now. You don't have to bend it. This is a bended stick. This is a straight stick. Just throw the straight stick and keep those knuckles straight. The two biggest knuckles, that is the biggest knuckle and the second biggest knuckle, for that you have to bend your wrist a little. See, this is a straight wrist. You have to bend it just a little so that the metacarpal of the second biggest knuckle, that is the first knuckle, should be aligned with the radial bone. See this. Right now, there is nothing behind it, right? I bend it a little. Now there is radial bone behind the first metacarpal or the second biggest knuckle, and ulnar bone is also supporting. The bottom bone is also supporting the second metacarpal by doing this. Simple. Okay. And the third way of punching, which is a bullshit way of punching, never punch like that, using the bottom three knuckles. I know Wingchun practitioners, they tell you to punch with the bottom three knuckles. In order to do that, you have to lift it. In order to punch from the bottom three, you have to lift it so that the ulna is behind the pinky bone and the radial is behind the other two knuckles. But it is a very bad way of punching. See, I cannot lift. See this. See the lift between these two. I have pain lifting this hand, but I can lift this hand very comfortably. I cannot lift this hand. Why? Because when I was hitting with the bottom three knuckles by doing this, I guess I hit one of my top knuckles accidentally because it is already larger, right? And my wrist, because nothing was behind my top knuckle, so it got a jerk and it's paining. So I would recommend not to hit with the bottom three unless and until you are an expert in hitting with the bottom three, because anyway pinky bone metacarpal is very, very delicate and it might break, even if the bone is behind it. So I would prefer the middle two. At all times I would prefer the middle two knuckles rather than the bottom three or the top two. The middle two knuckles are the best because radial ulna is already behind it and I don't have to bend my wrist.